Leanne Rhymes, Jody Messina. We now have Rodney Atkins, Lee Bryce. We've had some of the biggest artists in the format. Not to put any pressure on this guy. He may be the biggest act I've ever worked. Give a nice warm welcome for Mo Pitney.
Thank you. You can't do any better than that, Joe? No. I'm just kidding. Thanks. I was going to start out with playing you one of my songs, but since I have an excuse to play this song, I'm going to. This is one of my favorite songs, and I probably haven't sang it in 6 or 7 months, other than just a little while ago, because it came to mind. Somebody please get this on video. Oh, it's crying time again. You're gonna leave me. I can see that faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you hold me, darling, that it won't be long before it's crying time. Well, they say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and the tears are only rain to make love grow. Oh, my love for you could never grow no stronger if I live to be 100 years old. Oh, it's crying time again. You're gonna leave me. I can see that faraway look in your eyes. I can tell by the way you hold me, darling, that it won't be long before it's crying time. No, it won't be long before it's crying time. I can tell you right now that it ain't very often that I get chill bumps all over me when I'm singing. And to sit here in this room and hear this chair straight while my butt's moving on it singing the Buck Owen song, that trips my trigger up. Thank you for allowing me to come in here and what this is like. Unbelievable. I just want to get on the phone with my dad and tell him what I did. I'm not even done doing it. I'll play you guys my single. I got to write this song with Bobby Tomlin and Whisper and Bill Anderson. We spent half the day talking about Bill's long life and my short life, and Bobby's medium life, I guess. We started talking about how we were attracted to the same artists. Even though there was an age difference, and a significant one. You know, Bill knew Buck, Bill knows Merle Haggard, Bill knew Ray Price, Bill knew all the guys the artists that made me fall in love with country music. And at the time that we wrote this song, a few years ago, the radio pointed towards you had to be a farm kid to know anything about country living or country music. And I never was that. And I don't think I ever will be. But we started talking about Johnny Cash and all those guys, and the common thread that was through those guys, and even Buck and people like that. They weren't farm kids necessarily, you know. And we realized that those guys just sang music and sang songs about life and things that moved people, and there just happened to be great melodies and fiddle and steel guitar on the record. And so we wrote this song, actually a tribute to the word country and what we thought it meant, and tried to explain it as best we could in 3 minutes. And I'm glad to have a song on the radio with a legend like Bill Anderson. We think we came around to the point that country is a place in your heart. It's not some place you're born, it's not some place that you're at. something you're born with or something you find. The song's called Country, and I'm going to play it for you now.
How about Misery and Gin again?
All right, I'll do that. Man, I'm just so glad I could do these songs for you guys. Like my wife. You get me started on this, I won't leave. Memories and drinks don't say it's alright. Come back home and make sweet love to me. You But here I am again, mixing misery and gin, and sitting with all my friends and talking to myself. I look like I'm having a good time, but any fool can tell that this honky-tonk heaven really makes you feel like hell. How lonely was a cigarette? We start talking about things we want to forget. Her life story and mine are the same. We both lost some and only have ourselves to blame. But here I am again, mixing misery and gin, sitting with all my friends and talking to myself. I look like I'm having a good time, but any fool can tell that this honky-tonk heaven really makes you feel like hell.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
I tell people when you write songs about things you know about, things that you've lived through, a song normally comes pretty easy. And this was a hard song to write, but it came pretty easy. It tells you a lot about the kind of person that I am and the things that make me tick, but it's not a song about me. 10 years ago, I was on my way home, saw her walking on the side of the highway alone. It was raining like hell, and I kept telling myself, not my problem, keep on driving just like everybody else. Why should I be the one pulling over on the shoulder at night? It's just a dog, right? From the cab of my truck to the foot of my bed, to a new pair of boots that she chewed into shreds, digging holes in the yard, chasing cars down the street, till one got her. And when I found her, you'd have thought it hit me. It took half of my savings to save her, and I didn't think twice. It's just a dog, right? Just an old mutt riding shotgun, getting my seats all muddy. Just the one who I come home to, just my best fishing buddy. We were walking that spring in the sand on the beach. You know she was the reason Amy walked up to me. She lost her place on the couch, but she kept her cool, 'cause she was crazy about Amy, and she knew I was too. And the night that girl left me, she only one thing missing. Just an old man riding shotgun, getting my seats all muddy. It just hit me, she's not with me like she was this past Sunday. Why am I pulling over on the shoulder with tears in my eyes? It's just a dog, right? She was just a dog